Hey YouTube, today we're gonna do another project. It's going to be a tutorial on how to set up Exchange Server 2003. Of course, it's gonna be a part one. There's gonna be at least part one, part two, or part three. Depends if we get everything done quick as we can. Okay. So first things first that we need to do is what you need to have is you need a Server 2003 CD. You need an administrator rights. You need an Exchange Server 2003 CD. Of course, on your server, you need a static IP address. Have some common sense. In the process that we need, you must make sure that you install all the services and everything before you try to install Exchange, because if you mess up once, you have to redo everything again. So in order for us to prevent steps, we need to take it one at a time. Okay, we gotta install IIS, including services.net framework, ASP.NET, WWP services, which is worldwide publishing, SMTP, and NNTP service. Okay, then one of the steps that we're gonna include is we gotta run DC promo, which is domain controller promotion. Then we gotta run force prep using the Exchange CD. Just make sure that as soon as you complete your Server 2003 steps. Basically, when you install the services, you need a Server 2003 CD in order for you to install the services. As soon as you complete that, just go ahead and insert your Exchange CD after you're done with your server CD, so that we can get this, you don't have to go back and forth. Then as soon as we complete that, we're gonna go ahead and run force prep. We're gonna run domain prep, and then we're gonna finally install Exchange Server 2003. Also, warning, make sure that you have the system requirements for installing Exchange. Remember, this process takes about 2 hours to complete. Of course, the video is gonna be shorter than 2 hours, but the whole process might take 2 hours max, depending on your system. Okay, so that's all we need for right now. So let's go ahead and go on to our server. Okay. Now, first things first, we gotta set up a static IP address. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and right click on my network places, and let's go to properties. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my NIC card. Right click, and we're gonna go ahead and go to properties. Okay, now as soon as you see the settings, I'm gonna go ahead and click on TCP/IP. Go ahead and click on properties. Okay, now we're gonna have the option checked for static IP. So let's put on the static IP that I'm gonna put on. Okay, also during this process, make sure that you have your correct IP settings. As soon as we install domain controller, we have to check our TCP/IP settings again, because it might change. So let's go ahead and click OK and close it. Alright, now as you can see, I have my NIC card completed. So let's go ahead and do our first step, is to install IIS. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the control panel. Gonna go ahead and add and remove programs. Of course, make sure that you have your CD intact. We're gonna go ahead to the add and remove components. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go down. Alright, let's go up again. Let's go to application server. So we're gonna go ahead and click on details. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead. Remember the steps, ASP.NET. You don't really need that framework, but you don't really need that framework. It's not really required. But if you do have an option on it, you can install it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click on IIS. Gonna go ahead and click on details. Okay, I need NTTP and SMTP. Of course, as you can see, WWMP is already installed in there, so you don't really need to do anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and click OK again. What else we don't need to install? Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and install it and click next. Make sure that your server CD is installed. So let's go on ahead and give the process a little while to install. Alright, let me go ahead and pause the video really quick. Alright, basically it looks like it's already completed. So let's go ahead and click on finish. Alright, now is actually the time for you to go ahead and insert your take out your Server 2003 CD and insert your Exchange CD right now. Okay, now as soon as that step is completed, right now we're gonna go ahead and install a domain controller, okay, which is Active Directory. So we're gonna go ahead, go to Start, and we're gonna go ahead and click on Run, and we're gonna go ahead and just type in DC Pro Mode. Okay, so we're gonna press Enter. Okay, now just follow the steps along. It's not really anything really big. Okay, so let's go ahead and click Next. Gonna click Next. Domain controller for new domain, so we're gonna click Next. Domain in the New Forest, click Next. Okay, now the full DNS name. What do you want to be for your DNS name? Okay, it can be whatever. It can be Microsoft.com. It can be JoeBlow.com or John.com. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and put let's go ahead and put Microsoft.com. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on Next. Okay, the process takes a little while to go ahead and be it's gonna take a little while. So let's go ahead and wait for a little while, and then alright, now as you can see, the next step is the NetBIOS. Leave the NetBIOS name alone, so we're gonna go ahead and click Next. Okay, what do you want to store the Active Directory database? Leave this alone, click Next. The sys VOL file, leave this alone, click Next. Okay, now as you can see, we don't have DNS installed. Of course, Active Directory and DNS needs to be together. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and select the second option, which is install and configure DNS server on this computer, and set this computer to use this DNS server as a preferred DNS server. We're gonna choose this option, so we're gonna go ahead and click Next. Okay, of course we're gonna leave this alone. Permissions compatible with 2000 or Windows 2003 operating systems. So let's click Next. Okay, restore mode password. Of course, that's the administrator password. So we're gonna go ahead and type in the password. So we're gonna go ahead and click Next. Okay, as soon as you see the whole summary and you see everything that's completed, of course we have Microsoft. Our domain name is gonna be Microsoft.com. So once we log in, we're gonna be logging into the domain Microsoft.com. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click Next and pause the video. This process takes about at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and click Next, and now it's just starting to write. Okay, so let's go ahead and again I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, and then when it finishes we'll come back. Alright. Hey guys, really quick, after you finish installing, before I actually said it a little back, if we go back in time a little bit, before I actually had ended up saying to take out your Server 2003 CD and to put Exchange. I do apologize, and I completely forgot. But when you're gonna go ahead and install DNS, you need your Server 2003 CD. So that's why I ended up asking you for the CD. All right, so apologize for that. Right now we're already at the completing the Active Directory wizard. That means that as soon as you restart your computer, your whole computer will turn into a domain. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click Finish, and we're gonna go ahead and restart now. Once I restart now, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, and we'll be back. Alrighty then. Hey guys, finally the server has actually booted up. It took a little longer than expected, but now as you can see, now you have this option to log on to Microsoft. Of course, log on to Microsoft, that's your actual domain. So let's go ahead and log in. Alrighty then. Now, it looks like we're all set to go. Hopefully it won't be too slow when it's actually running some of the services. So let's go ahead and retrace our steps and find out what our next steps. Okay. Now, first things first, what we actually ended up doing, basically we installed the IIS services. We run DC promo. Now there's two steps that you need to do in order for you to actually install Exchange. We need to run force prep and we need to run domain prep. Okay, so and then we go ahead and install Exchange. So let's go ahead and go back to our server. Alright, now again we need to run force prep. Okay, so what we need to do is we're gonna go ahead and go to start. We're gonna go to run. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to find out where is actually the actual file. So I need to go ahead and type it in manually. There's actually ways that you can do this. I really haven't found a way how to do it yet. I think it is E two dots. I think it's force prep. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna exit out of here. Okay, I think that should be good to go. I think it's backslash. Oops. Alright. Then we need to do setup. And backslash i386. Backslash setup again. Okay, setup, and then we're gonna go ahead and type in force prep. No, that's not the actual command. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again. Setup. Oh, damn it. I completely forgot the command. Completely forgot the command. Wow. Yeah, I completely forgot the command. DMX. Alright, hold on folks. Let me go ahead and try to find out the actual command, because I completely forgot the command. Alright guys, I finally kind of find out what was the command. I did have it right. So, yeah. There you go. Oh snap. Oh, it's space. There you go. Alrighty. That was the actual command, folks. I do apologize for that interruption and that pause. Basically, here's actually the actual long manually. You can actually go to the CD, but I didn't learn it how to do it that way. Actually, I ended up learning it how to do it through the run prompt. So it's actually E two dots is backslash setup backslash i386 backslash setup, and then you put a space, and then you put /force prep. That's how the actual command goes. Okay, so there you go. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure we're gonna go ahead and check this. Of course, the operating system that I'm running is Server 2003 R2, and of course it's basically telling me that Server 2003 has no compatibility. So I want to go ahead and click continue. Now force prep, basically, since we have to make sure that it actually says that it's that we can do the force prep. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and click on next. As you can see, is the installation wizard. Click next. I agree. Click next. Alrighty then, yeah. So force prep actually came out. If force prep doesn't come out, if this action doesn't say force prep, that means that you actually ended up doing something wrong. So basically, in here, if it states it's force prep, then we're gonna go ahead and click next. Okay, as you can see, the account is basically given delegation and delegate whatever. So we're gonna go ahead, and the account is Microsoft /administrator, so we're going to click next. Okay, now basically Force Prep takes a long time to actually install, so we're going to go ahead and pause the video, and we'll get back to it as soon as it's done. Alright guys, it looks like it's Force Prep has completed, so let's go ahead and click on finish. Alright, as soon as Force Prep is completed, we're gonna actually end up doing the same, but instead we're gonna do for domain prep. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click and go to the run prompt. We're gonna go to start run. Now, instead of erasing the whole thing, all you gotta do is just erase Force Prep and type in domain prep and press enter. Domain prep doesn't take that long, just takes about a couple of seconds. So let's go ahead and click next. Yes, you agree, so let's click next. As you can see here, it says domain prep, so let's click next. Okay, has been identified as secure. Okay, want to go ahead and click OK and finish. So we're gonna go ahead and click finish. Now it's time to doing a setup for Exchange. So we're gonna go ahead and click on start, and we're gonna go to the run prompt again, but instead we're gonna go ahead and erase domain prep and just leave it as setup. Press enter, and now we're gonna be able to set up Exchange. So I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Yes, I agree, so let's click next. As you can see here, it's just a typical installation, Microsoft Exchange. Let's click next. Everything is completed. Let's click next. Now we're gonna go ahead and create a new organization. Okay, so I'm gonna click next. What do you want to type in your organization's name? We're gonna go ahead and use our domain name, which is Microsoft. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click next. I agree that I will bounce the license agreement for this product, so let's click next. Of course, it's a typical installation, so let's click next again. And there you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish the installation of Exchange, and then I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again. Alright. Hey guys, finally, Exchange actually ended up installing. So basically this is it. Basically all you have to do now is just restart your computer, so everything will be set up properly. And that's it for today's tutorial. Usually basically I'll make another video, basically part 2 video, and it'll end up discussing you know, the installing the certificate authority, adding users to the domain and give them email addresses, setting up OWA, which is Outlook Web Access, and securing your OWA using the HTTPS, which is SSL. There will be a little bit more features. We'll try to use it, basically use it within DNS. The only problem is within DNS is you need to sign up and you need to pay so you can have actual mail routing. But in reality, you actually can have DNS, and you can actually set up your own Exchange server at home, and it can be done without no issues. Alright, alright YouTube, if you want to, you can like the video, you can dislike, you can comment, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright YouTube, I'm out.